Let's get ready to rumble!
If I paid $75 for Canelo and Chavez, I don't know, man, for that terrible fight, man. Good performance by Canelo. Good performance by Chavez. Oh my days. $75. I don't know what I'd do. I'd be around somewhere looking to get my money back, and I know I can't, but I wouldn't sleep. I wouldn't sleep because I'd be thinking I can't account in a satisfactory manner for that $75. I can't account for it. And I wouldn't sleep. That's what I'm like. Golden Boy's reasoning is, well, the Triple G will be worth every penny. Well, that's $150 I would have had to pay out to watch boxing on television. I paid for Eubank versus the Australian guy, Quinlan, because it was a tenner. Fuck £10. I'm stingy. I'll give the Eubank a tenner. I'll support your venture. As long as you provide a better opponent in the next one. I knew what I was getting. I knew what I was signing up for. They weren't trying to sell it as no super fight, really. They were trying to sell the IBO belt, but I didn't buy into that. And the card was pretty good anyway. I was okay. I paid for Mayweather versus Pacquiao because I wanted to see my boy Floyd be crowned as the fighter of his generation. Now, if anyone told you it was going to be some crash, bang, drag him out, that's your fault. We all knew that Floyd was the better boxer. Canelo versus Chavez, the Battle of Mexico? No. I've watched too much great Mexican fights and fighters to get taken in like that. No. Hell no. If you were selling the Chavez-Canelo fight for £10, like the Eubank fight, and I was at a loose end that night, no boxing on, yeah, okay, I'll give you a tenner, mate. Yeah, take a tenner and watch some boxing. Maybe. And I don't know if the Triple G fight is that good anymore. I don't know if it is. I'm kind of getting into it a little more. I can't lie, I am. At first, I was like Cole. I was saying, Danny Jacobs is frozen this shit. I don't know, invincible Triple G shit no more. They can't sell fear for this. And you notice they're not even trying that. That old fear drug is played out now. It was the shit before. The fear was like crack. We're going back to some good old-fashioned bud. Fuck that shit. HBO did 42 shows in 2006. That number fell to 22 in 2010, and then 20 in 2016, 5 of which were pay-per-views. This year's schedule is 9 cards, 4 of which are pay-per-views. The article I'm reading on Boxing News says some industry insiders believe that the money pumped into the failed shows has adversely affected the network's budget. Others suggest that AT&T's $85.4 billion acquisition of HBO parent company Time Warner forced the latter to pare their boxing budget to window dress their valuation. Okay, that's some long wordage, which I'm going to guess is saying cut the budget down. It's not bringing value for money. A third theory is that the sagging viewership led to these cuts. Ratings for HBO boxing telecasts fell by 10% in 2016. The downtrend has continued this year. HBO Sports Executive VP Peter Nelson has given the masses the Canelo Triple G super fight. It brought us Andre Ward and Kovalev, the rematch to come. It developed Roman Gonzalez. Has that been a success though? Amongst others, but even he can't be expected to spread butter with a toothpick. They was only able to get a recorded broadcast of Joshua versus Klitschko, 90,000 sold at Wembley. The sport is on the ascension in other parts of the world, especially the UK. We've had Gervonta Davis there already and Errol Spence Jr., 2 of their top up-and-coming stars. And even outside that, they're quoting Keith Thurman and Danny Garcia, a grassroots renaissance, 16,000 people packed into the Barclays Center, which is good numbers. It's good numbers. Wilder, in February against Gerald Washington, he brought 12,000 folks out to Birmingham, Alabama, a record for Alabama boxing. And nearly 10,000 came out to watch Robert Easter last February. Terence Crawford, he drew 11,000 in Omaha last December. It'll be interesting to see what his numbers are against Felix Diaz. They're saying these numbers are beginning to translate to television, where the Showtime network has been like the lifeline to the boxing fan who's been starved of quality action. Like I'm translating that, but that's what they're saying. Showtime, which has had 28 million subscribers compared to HBO's 32 million, kicked off the new year by beating HBO head-to-head for the first time in their history. 2 weeks later, 859,000 watched Broner scrape past Adrian Granados, making it their most watched event since 2015, January 2015. The bout was also streamed live on Twitter, a sign that boxing, after years of watching UFC outspace them in the cyber world, is beginning to make headway. By June the 9th, Showtime would have televised 17 boxing telecasts in 2017, including 15 World Championship fights, none of them pay-per-view. Most of these cards feature fighters from the PBC series, while media chatter has revolved around the demise of Al Heyman brainchild, while not talking about HBO and the possibility of them actually being on life support, if they was truthful. PBC has aired 56 shows in the past 12 months, including 22 this year through June the 3rd. These cards have averaged 2.3 million viewers through 8 episodes on the Big Three, CBS, NBC and Fox. Heyman is also doing his part to keep HBO's ship afloat as well. Terence Crawford's last 2 opponents, John Molina and Felix Diaz, are advised by Al. Canelo and Golovkin has also fought Heyman fighters in 2 of their last 3 bouts. No doubt some fans and media will accuse this writer of network bias for pointing this out. But if desiring consistent, affordable quality fights over the opposite is a crime, then so be it. Exactly. This is a great article. Pay-per-views such as Canelo and Triple G have become the exception rather than the rule. Such a decline in HBO boxing might have taken a death knell for the sport a decade ago. Indeed, boxing has taken many blows throughout its history and survived. Now, for the first time in a long time, it's beginning to go on the offensive. Yeah, you know, like they hit it on the head. Why should you have to skim through a whole load of bullshit pay-per-views? Khan, Canelo, Chavez, and some other crap, Triple G, Lemieux. You know, like, they shouldn't have put Postal and Crawford pay-per-view. None of them were built up to do pay-per-view. Kovalev and Ward shouldn't have been pay-per-view. And now we're getting Triple G and Canelo, which to me, like, I still got this feeling like Jacobs has took the edge of this fight. I don't think Triple G can sell the fear factor no more like that. 1.5 million pay-per-views. That's the most I give it. Which is good. Peace.